saying enough of that one. Um, Good evening, everybody. It's great, actually, isn't it?
Your mic.
All right. Hello, Mike. It's like going into space, isn't it? Hey,
What is?
with that tune.
Oh yeah, the opening tune. It's lovely. I really like it.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, good evening. Don't worry about it. We're just chatting to ourselves, what we usually do, you know. Anyway, guys, once again, we cannot do any cooking tonight. Yes, Liz was going to do something with nuts, and I am allergic of nuts. I am nuts, but I'm allergic of nuts, so you know what I mean. But there you go, Liz. Um, how's everything going on? Let's have a catch up with you about what you're doing with Primo. How are you getting on?
Doing great. And I found another primal health coach in the UK, and we've been in contact with each other, so that's exciting.
All right.
And yeah, and my 21-day body reset program was recently finished on Sunday, and the ladies did really well. They all feel super duper, less bloating, less digestive discomfort. They feel back in control, no cravings or unnecessary hunger. So it's brilliant. They did really well. And
Good.
so now it's all now like in the planning to run the next one, and that's going to start on the 16th of August.
And what would that be about?
What do you mean?
Well, what would that be about? I know it'd be all like weight loss, but
Oh
what?
right, okay. Yeah, it's my programs are really geared up to help people feel better for whatever reason that may be. So when they join, they get a small series of quick wins that they can put into place for immediate effect. And this is how within just a few days, people are reducing their bloating within maybe 3 days. That bloating is being sorted out, and they have more energy. What's the matter? What are you laughing at?
When you said quick win, then about a minute after that you mentioned bloating, and I'm thinking win bloating. What's she going to go on about?
Yeah, honestly, no, the quick wins, you get quick wins. Quick wins are just wee things to put into place that have really quick effect. So you get quick wins in not just nutrition, but also movement and also lifestyle factors as well. And so those three things all combined, start to make the body work as it should. And that's why the results are pretty good.
Right. Okay.
So yeah,
How do we get quick win then?
not wind, wins.
Oh, I just took it the wrong way. Sorry, I just took it the
You and
wrong way.
we think, are you? Not quick wind, quick wins.
I
Quick
know.
results.
I
Woo.
know. Quick results. Yes, I know. Win. Yes, I know. But it was just the way I took it. That was all. So the trouble is with anything with exercise and diet, as we've got to be really, really up for it. People's got to be really up for it. How do you get people kind of like really up for it? With your classes and what you do.
Well, really, they need to kind of dig deep. They need to dig deep. They need to know their why. Why do they want to do it? And of course, everyone's why is different. Some people might want to get into that little black dress. Some people might want to get rid of the bloating. Somebody might want to, get a grip of the cravings that just send them completely bonkers. But
Right.
they really need to want to do it. I mean, I've had lots of people show great interest in my programs, but they're not really ready to jump on it yet. And it's important that you are ready, because otherwise you start something, you don't fully see it through, you give yourself a hard time because you feel like you've failed. but in actual fact, you just weren't ready. So I always say to people that have shown interest, take some time, start to visualize your goal, start to visualize what you want, see it in your own mind, and then just start to think about how it would feel to get there.
Yeah.
And then over time, they're like, yeah, I want some of what's going on up there. I want to feel the way I see myself feeling up there. Then they come on board when they're good and ready.
Brilliant. Really good. Really good. And when you do is it quick results or does it take longer for most people?
You can get some really quick results. So the most popular, what people within just maybe 2 or 3 days, literally just 2 or 3 days, is a reduction in the bloating that I mentioned, an increase in energy, and the cravings can start to subside after maybe about 3, 4, 5 days, depending. So you can actually get really quick wins. Sometimes the weight loss can be quick. I had one lady join me and she lost 1 stone, about 1 stone 5 pounds in just 2 weeks of being on the program.
Mm-hmm.
So it just depends, but usually bloating and energy are the 2 things that people notice first. The rest follows.
Mm-hmm.
Some people jump on the program and don't see any difference in weight because their hormones, their bodies are so like in like really chaotic, and it's not until that starts to calm down, all the hormones calming down, everything working together, that they start to see results. It's just completely different for most people, but energy and bloating are the 2 things that I've noticed everyone feels within 3 days.
Listen to this, Liz.
Yeah.
This is what I had to go through. Hi, Steve and Liz. I love watching your program every week. It really helps. It really helps me. I watch Liz in the kitchen and watch some meals that she does is fantastic. Some other meals I cannot have. Um, the trouble is with me for the last 6 months, I am every weight. I am 34 stone in weight. I'm afraid to leave my house. I depend on people bringing me the food so I can cook and follow Liz's program. Sometimes it can be very difficult. The other day I went out going down the road on my scooter and got a lot of abuse because of my weight. I know how that feels. Do not worry about it. Um, but yeah, a lot of abuse about my weight. And now, when I went home, I actually kind of like went to the fridge, got all the crap out of the fridge. Sorry, got to say this. This is what she's saying.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the crap out of the fridge and I've binned it. I am trying to help myself and trying to get help. But the trouble is, more people mock me and abuse me, the worse I get by depression. I feel like nothing no more. I feel like I want to kill myself and die. I feel really depressed. What can I do? So what I did was I got in contact with this person by email, and and I said, look, I said, I've been there, I've been through all the abuse and all that, and I promised to give her a call tomorrow. And she was saying to me, sometimes she's trying her best to sort some things out about losing weight, and she's waiting for there's a waiting list for kind of like bariatric, not bariatric. No, I'm not talking about surgery. I'm talking. She's got to go through this through the NHS to get help before she wants any surgery. That's what they do now. And she says to me, she says, Steve, the trouble is I'm waiting and waiting and waiting, and every time I'm waiting, I feel like my life is fading away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why? I just can't understand it. Why do people such as her and other people get abused? What is it? Is it?
You've just got horrible people out there, unfortunately. I mean, anybody can be verbally abused. I mean, for all sorts of reasons. You know, I used to have a mole on my chin when I was young, and I just had some hairs growing out of it, and I was taunted. I was called witchy poo. But it doesn't matter. You know, you could have a freckle on the end of your nose and somebody would be horrible about it.
Mm.
You know, but I know that years ago, sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me. Well, they do.
Mm.
But I don't want to say you have to rise above it, but what else can you do but rise above it?
Well,
Because
the trouble is, thank goodness for Michelle. Michelle would tell you, well, you know, probably too, that I used to kind of like stay in. I never used to leave the house because I was afraid of, you know, my weight. Then when I moved, I kind of got a lot of help. I got all the help I wanted, and Michelle got me out of the house. And now I've joined a lot of committees and stuff like that. I'm part of and I go out, and it doesn't matter, you know, it doesn't matter to me, because what people say about me, you know, it just goes over my head. I'm used to it. You know what I mean? So I'm used to it. But the trouble is, there are some horrible people out there.
Yeah.
Okay, and all they do is just kind of mock people and put people down. You know, and this woman, all what she wants to do, she admitted it. It's all her fault, and she's trying to get the help. And she said, Steve, why should I get the help? Because I'm really depressed and everything. I says, well, just don't give up. Don't never give in on anything. You know.
No.
So.
And I know it's really hard, but don't let these stupid, horrible people ruin your day. And I know it's really hard to not take something to heart, but you've got to remember, these aren't very nice people. Their opinion doesn't matter.
It doesn't, no.
Nobody is going to take any notice of anyone like that unless they are also a horrible person.
Yeah. I remember when I first met you. You know, do you remember that time I was getting all that abuse on my Facebook about being overweight and something? And you came along and kind of said, "Oh, it's Steve here. Hello, how are you?" and all that lot. And you friended me on Facebook, and that's how we got to get to know each other. And the trouble is, like people like you and people like everybody else who can accept it and trying to help people, that's fine. But when you got negative people coming, you know, if it was, all I say is, you know, at the end of the day, you know, just be you and do what you want to do. Don't worry about these horrible people out there because they're just horrible.
They don't matter. Those horrible people don't matter, and it's easier said than done. But I am going to speak from the heart. Don't let these horrible people ruin your day. Don't give them the time and the satisfaction of ruining your day. You know, if it happens, you are going to feel a bit shit, basically. But ring a friend, ring Steve or something. Just say, "Oh, someone's called me a really horrible name."
Yeah,
and just get it off your chest, but don't let these people ruin your day for it. And you don't need to be big to get abuse.
No.
Like I said, you could have a pimple on the end of your nose and, you know, someone's going to have something to say about it.
Oh, of course, yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's horrible people out there. There's nothing you can do about those horrible people. And all the education in the whole wide world and news flashes about bullying is not going to change them overnight. So you have to be strong. This is your life. You choose what you do with that. And don't let anyone else make you feel like crap. Ignore the idiots.
Yeah. So Gary's back. Gary comes back every week.
He's got something sensible to say this time instead of chocolate sticky pudding or whatever it is. Hello, Gary, darling. How are you?
that will come up next. That will be.
But
the trouble is, this is what we get all the time. I wonder why people don't want to leave their homes.
Yeah, I get that, but what can you do? What can you do about it?
You can't do much, can you?
So you have to basically be as brave as you possibly can and get your booty out there, because otherwise you're going to spend the rest of your life hiding away because of one horrible person. You have to be strong. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But what else can you do?
Yeah. Gary's saying he's on a diet.
I don't know. Is he pulling our leg or what?
Yeah. Yeah. He always does pull our leg, doesn't he?
He does.
The other day it was toffee pudding, wasn't it? The other day.
Yeah, he's always his sticky toffee puddings or whatever, banoffee pies and stuff. Well, that's a shame for that lady. But I mean, so she felt like crap, came home and emptied out her fridge of crappy food. So
yeah. So
the thing is, as well, can I just say, obesity is actually it's. I'm not going to say it's an illness, but it's like a vicious cycle, because when you've got to the point that you are clinically obese, you've kind of lost control over a lot of things. And so your body is really driving you to keep consuming those crappy foods, because your gut bugs love that stuff. Your brain loves that ping kind of thing. And it's really difficult. And you've got such hormonal dysregulation going on. You've got all that going on. It's not easy. You've got to get some of this controlled before you can start making progress. And I know that's difficult to do, but the more fresh food, the more processed food you can replace with fresh food, the better you're going to be.
I remember when I went to that boot camp, and back to the boot camp again, and what they did for me was that it's like a hand size of food they got it with, and I was used to having, platefuls of it. And I remember dinner time. By dinner time, I was knackered, and I used to have my dinner, and it was like couscous, and what else was it? Salad stuff, wasn't it? And it was, and I don't know why I was having it, but it was not even filling me up. The couscous.
No, of course you won't, because your body is used to requiring more than just a little silly salad. I mean, that's not satisfying. It's not satisfying your brain.
Gary said fruit salad.
Fruit diet.
Yeah. I tell you what, though, the trouble is getting back to this woman again.
Yeah.
I think what she needs to do really is contact somebody and kind of like get some advice on everything. And if you're listening, if you can't get, get some, you can get out. There's help out there, but the trouble is, there's a big waiting list at the moment, and I don't know what we can do. I think the trouble is, I know I'm with Liz in a minute I've got to speak to Liz in a minute, and we can sort things out. And we're trying to get you some help, but yeah, it's difficult. Sorry, I'm just kind of like concerned about her at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, there is I'm not going to say quite a lot. There is help out there, but of course you need to know where to find it as well. Not a lot of people know where to find the help, do they?
No. I think you need to go. I think the best thing to do is go and see your doctor first. Then you get your doctor to point you in different directions. Also, kind of like look for some weight loss with the either with Liz if you got the money, with Liz, or go to the NHS. But the trouble is, at the moment with the NHS, they've got a waiting list. It's like everything,
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it?
That's the trouble because of the coronavirus. They're behind, about 12 months behind. So unless you want to go to boot camp, and pay all that money, and I won't prefer it. I won't recommend it.
Oh, God. No, I think for that lady, if she just starts to make some small changes, I mean, if you can try not to buy those kind of foods, make sure you've got lots of natural food in. So lots of veggies, you know, some protein, some fish, chicken, mince. Mince is good. You can knock up little like meatballs or something with that.
Yeah, you can make your own meatballs, can you?
Yeah, just get the mince, bung a few herbs and spices in.
We bought this contraption where what you do is, no, sorry, you can do your own burgers. Was it a burger thing, wasn't it?
Either or, yeah.
Yeah, we made our own burgers.
Chewy patties, yeah.
Yeah. So we
And
made our
then
own
you've got a lovely, you know, you've got a lovely burger there that's full of protein, and that keeps you fuller for longer. Maybe next week on when we do a kitchen live, we can make some burgers or some little sausages.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't mind doing some little sausages or burgers.
But they keep you fuller for longer because they're pure protein. So a lot of sausages and burgers that you buy, they've got filler in them to bulk them out.
Yeah. Sorry, my wife just said something down. But yeah, so
Little changes. That lady needs to start
you've
making
got to make little changes.
little changes. And she was doing all right for a wee while. Do you know, I've been standing for hours today, Steve, and I'm just like, oh.
Yeah. I'm nearly finished now anyway.
Yeah.
But Liz, anyway, so I'm glad about your program. Okay, guys, I've got to go because I've got to speak to Liz, then I've got another show at 8:30 with the one Dean Holland, who's back again. He hasn't been on my program since 10 months ago. So Dean Holland, he does Elvis tribute. He's back, so you can enjoy that around about 8:30. Good night, guys. See you later.